What's up, guys? Today I have a slightly different video. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be testing out this sonic cleaner right behind me, and what we're going to use to test it out is a piston off an Ford F-250. Now this has been somewhat cleaned already, but it still does have a little carbon buildup in there. So what I want to do is I want to see how well the carbon buildup will come off when we clean it. Not only by using the sonic cleaner, but also by using this here, Chem Dip. Now, this is a really good product. I've seen a lot of video reviews on this, and it seems to work the best for carbon cleanup. In fact, this is designed to be used as a standalone product. It has a basket inside, and basically all you do is you put the part in there and you dip the basket back into this container, and after 15-20 minutes you take it out and it should be nice and clean. So technically, you could just use this by itself. But I figured, I haven't seen a video where anybody uses that chemical, Chem Dip, with a sonic cleaner. Most people will use like Simple Green or like other different products. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it today and see if using the Chem Dip on the sonic cleaner actually does a better job at cleaning the carbon buildup off that piston. Okay, so I've gone ahead and poured the entire contents of the Chem Dip from this container into the ultrasonic cleaner. And I wanted to show you what comes inside this container. This little basket. And like I mentioned, the way this chemical is designed, all you have to do is put whatever parts, whether it be aluminum or metal parts, in here, in that little basket. And then you drop the basket into the container and wait 15-20 minutes, however long is necessary, but no more than 2 hours, into here, and then you take the parts out and you wipe them clean. So again, I emptied out the whole contents. I'm gonna just put the piston in here and let it run for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna set this to a very low temperature, just to kind of warm up the liquid, give it a little more of a chance, and also give it about a 15-minute cleaning on the sonic. So let's give it a shot and see what the results are. This sonic cleaner comes with a basket so that you can put your parts in. That way it's easier to take them out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the piston in here. Hopefully it fits in here completely, which is kind of what we're aiming for. Let's see. Even if we have to flip it over later, to do the other side, but I don't have enough cleaner in there. I probably only have about half the amount that's that this container can hold. But let's see what happens. So I'm gonna use the basket, lower it in here nice and easy, and we're just gonna focus on cleaning the actual piston itself first, because we can't get the whole thing in there. The unit is not big enough. Not to mention we don't have enough of the Chem Dip in there. I used up pretty much all I had. So let's give this a shot. I don't want this thing dripping. So let's give it a shot and see what happens. Let it run for 15 minutes. So first thing we're gonna do is power it on. We're gonna set the Celsius to, this works on Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So we're gonna set the Celsius to about, it says 55 here. It goes as high as I think 80. Yep, 80 is the highest. Now the 27 is basically the current temperature of the liquid inside of there. So it'll heat up until it hits 40 degrees Celsius. And we're gonna do a 15-minute timer. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm gonna push the on button to start heating up the chemical that we have in there. And once it hits 40, we'll go ahead and start the timer and let it do the cleaning for 15 minutes. So we'll be back when this actually makes it to 40 degrees Celsius. So already we're at about 36 degrees Celsius. I have it set to 40, so we'll be ready to go very shortly. Now 40 degrees Celsius is about 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Now this thing can do twice that much, but I don't think it's necessary, especially that the Chem Dip doesn't even require anything like this. It works pretty much on its own. But I figure why not try the best of both, right? Putting something that's already good and works great with something that supposedly people love, as far as a parts cleaner in the shop. So once we get to 40, I'll go ahead and start this up and we'll see what it looks like at the end. All right, so we made it to 40 degrees Celsius. So here we are, ready to begin our cleaning process for 15 minutes. Now, I'll bring you guys in for a closer look before I start this up. All right, there it is. And there is the piston inside. As I mentioned, you can see just the piston just almost makes it, not 100% in. But the carbon buildup that we want to clean is on the face of the piston anyway, so I guess this will work for now. What I should have done is maybe disassembled it and I would have been able to put everything in there. Well, let's see how this works, how it cleans, and if adding a sonic cleaning to the already Chem dip will make it better. Let's go ahead and get this started. It makes like a very annoying buzzing sound, but I guess if you have this in the shop, it's not really gonna interfere with anyone. We're just gonna leave it in the garage and let it do its thing for 15 minutes. It's not an incredibly loud sound, but it is kind of annoying. Sounds like an old school buzzer. That's what it sounds like. All right, see you guys in 15 minutes. All right, so we're here down to the last few seconds. And when it's done, we'll take it out and see if it did anything. But I can tell you right away from looking inside here, when we first started the Chem dip, it was like an amber color and you can see clearly through it. And now it's very dark and you can't see through it at all. So apparently it definitely did something in removing some of the dirt and grime and hopefully the carbon buildup that was on this piston. So let's turn this baby off and let's pull out the piston and see what it looks like. And what we're gonna focus on right now is the top of this head. As you saw, it had some carbon buildup right in the middle, and I can tell you right now that carbon buildup is gone. And that was with absolutely no scrubbing, simply just dipping it in the Chem dip. Definitely took the carbon buildup off the top there. I mean, those are just stains. There's no more buildup. And the rest of this looks very clean too. Let me show you the sides here. Look at that. Here's the other side. Looks really good. Using the combination of the sonic cleaner and the Chem dip really makes a difference at removing carbon buildup from pistons. And not just for pistons, but any carburetor parts or any engine parts that you may need to clean up before you reassemble. All right, so I went ahead and I disassembled the piston completely. That way we could get it in there, let it soak one more time, and then soak all these other parts that I wasn't able to get in there before. So let's get the piston back in there. There it is. I'm gonna put this guy back in here. Let it soak a little more. All right, so we got it in there as best as possible. A portion of it is still sticking out, but I got most of it in there. So let's give this guy another run, another 15 minutes, and see what it looks like. Let me bring you guys up close so you can see it. All right, so here we go. The second round is almost done. And let's check out these parts, see what they look like. So let's take out that piston one more time. But this is what it looks like. Absolutely carbon free. This guy looks very nice and clean. Here's the other piece. The last piece. Then I'll put it all together, and once it's nice and dry, and I'll show you guys the finished product. You know, definitely worth investing in if you're someone that's constantly working on cars, or maybe, you know, lawn equipment, rebuilding carburetors, and you need to clean these parts out. Got a lot of gunk buildup, especially in the carburetors. This will work wonders. There you have it, guys. You can see how much dirt is in there, and that's all dirt that came out from that piston. Even though the piston looked like it had been cleaned, there was still a lot of dirt and grime in there, and this did a fantastic job at getting it off. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to, check out my video. I appreciate that you guys come back and check out my different reviews and products, my DIYs. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And I look forward to seeing you guys again on the next video. Have a nice one.